Alright, so this is going to be for anyone who wants to only do like a mining and industry and stuff like that. If you don't feel like doing box missions or doing, I don't know, bounties or bunkers or crewing or anything like that, this is going to be the solo player's path to eventually getting their own salvage ship. I'm not going to say like it's the most efficient, but this is the path. This is like the intended path for you. Alright, so first step is make sure you have a multi-tool. Then you're going to want this mining attachment. You can buy that same place you buy the multi-tool. It's like any cargo center or like a weapon shop that manages to sell it. I always bring a couple in case it randomly falls off because this is Star Citizen. So yeah, make sure you have that. Get yourself some meds, some food. I use Cruise Lux because it fills up both. That's the prerequisite. So if you need to, you know, do a box mission or something just to make that money, then yeah, you might need to. Alright, so your next step is to look for these investigation missions. So you want to look for the ones that tell you a cave. So blah blah blah, who was last reported to be heading to a cave on Magda. It can only be accessed on foot. Those are the ones you want. You want the foot caves. Don't worry about needing a ship with storage or anything. You basically just need a ship to get there. You're going to be storing everything in your backpack. Alright, so I'm rolling into the spaceport now. I've already got my mission accepted. I'm probably just going to pick the fastest ship that I can find. I'd recommend you do the same. If you have other ships or one rented or something, just pick the fastest one you have.
Your insurance claim has been sent. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage.
Alright, so now we're going to warp to Magda. Cool. Yeah, sorry for the weirdness and the visuals. That actually wasn't the game. That was like my my face tracking. I'm using a normal camera, so it's a little wonky. Alright. So, you wanna, it's gonna suck, but you gotta pick the nearest one to wherever you're going. So that's the closest one. So we'll warp there, and then we'll fly manually to the cave, because they don't have markers. Alright, so we're not actually going there. We're going here, which, oh, that's far. That's gonna suck. Alright, we're starting to roll up now. So, pro tip for the caves. You want to approach straight down to find the entrance. I spent like probably 15-20 minutes looking for the entrance one time. Alright, so straight down. Make sure your altitude's not terrible, so you don't crash into the planet. Throw a ping down so you can see the surface every now and then. turn and burn for a second. Alright, so it should be somewhere around here. It sucks looking in the nighttime too, so this is like worst case scenario. I think that's it, yeah. So the marker should be right on the money.
Landing gear deployed. Landing complete.
I just want to check something before I get out, cause I'm scared I may have forgot to put my helmet on. Looks like I'm wearing it. Well, we'll find out.
Launch complete.
Oh. 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 Well, you don't need that anyway. Nice. Okay, so I do have a mining laser. So, yeah, that sucks. Oopsie. But what we're gonna do is we're just gonna find the rocks in here, mine them, and then I'll just go back. No big deal. I'll just exit to menu. So you're looking for rocks like these. Any with like little colorful bits on them, that means it's ore. And you can mine it. I think these are also worth like a very little. I'm not gonna pick them up, but you can if you want. But this is your mining journey start right here. So you scroll wheel to increase the power, or is it alt scroll wheel? Yeah, left alt and scroll wheel. For me, I use a paddle, so it's easier. I binded it to a paddle on my stick. Once you get to the green, lower it down, increase it little by little. Try to find that sweet spot. It gets really loud, sorry. Cool. So each one of these will be like a couple hundred. So you basically want to mine a bunch of these rocks and stock up. It's pretty cool that I found one so close, but that's how you're gonna make your money. So you're gonna do this. I think you have to make like 70k for the cutlass and the rock rental. So if you're not buying them to like do it permanently, you're just gonna use them to make some money. You're better off just renting. It just depends on like your play schedule and what your timeline looks like. If you have like 3 days straight to play, yeah, you should just straight up rent it only, because hopefully you won't be needing it after. So with these caves, I always try to explore before I drop down another level, because sometimes they can just be like really wonky. I genuinely think they just like got their worst intern to design the caves, because they're so painful. Look up any creator in like their cave runs, and they're all terrible. But don't let this discourage you, because like realistically, you're loading everything in your backpack. If you get stuck somewhere, you just exit to menu, reclaim your ship later. Alright, so we're not jumping down there yet, because you have no way to get back up if you do. So that's where we came in. Never want to get lost. Well, it looks like we are on that next step. Oh no, look, see, one right there. Scan it, wait for the scan to show you the power. Now it's showing you the power. So you gotta crack it. Sometimes there's like certain spots that take more. Sometimes you gotta like get a little closer. You just gotta play with it. You'll learn. Once you get to the green, drop down that energy level drastically. Just give it just enough to stay. Cool. So we got some more. So we've probably earned about like 4K at this point. So not a lot, but like do this 10 times, you've got 40. You know, do it 20 and you can move on to the next step of mining. This is very much like the entry level to mining. And I don't know, I find it fun sometimes to do it this way rather than like doing the same cookie cutter missions to get your first like 100K. I always bring a tractor beam just in case. Like, what if your rocks like burst out and they go somewhere you can't reach them? I'm gonna swap to your tractor beam and pull it out. Just looking for more rocks here. I don't see any. Like I said, fully explore level before changing to like a lower level. Don't get too discouraged. This game is just grindy in general. Like, they keep increasing the prices on everything. Probably by the time you're watching this, instead of being like 2.6 mil, it'll be like 3 million for a vulture. There we go, here's another one. Hadnite, it's worth a little more too. It's a little tougher. A little tougher to crack. Same thing, get the energy up there. Wait till it gets in green. That's when it's going to get loud, so. Let me tell you, I know a little something about some crack rocks. I mean, cracking rocks. They're down into the abyss. All my homies hate spelunking. There we go. Adonite, baby. I think this is the last rock we'll get. I think that's a pretty good haul. That sounds crispy. Time to get loud again. Alright, so now pick up the last little pieces and then exit back to the whatever port you start at. So just exit to menu. Alright, so we did that already. Exited out as soon as we got what we needed. Now we're going to go back in. It's going to spawn us where we started. So I should be at Lorville. Alright, so I spawned right in. The server's pretty rough. But we don't need a good server for what we're going to do. Alright, we got our bag full of ore. We are going to hit the admin center. Oh, actually, I don't think we're heading to the Metro Center. Yeah. So we're going to go to the L19 admin center. And we're going to sell everything we just gathered. Alright, so commodity shop. Select, I think the second one's your backpack. Yeah, so this is all the stuff we have to sell. So we have a Moshi Plague. Oh, it sells for, dude, do not pick these up. Never mind. I goofed. I'm so glad we didn't have any more to mine. Okay, so Dolevine, got 1,000 off of that. 1,000 off of that. Another 1,000 off that stack. 5.5k off the Had Knight, because that's the one you really want, is the Had Knight. That's the most expensive. Alright, so we were at 9.4 when we started. Now we're at 16. So 6 or 7k. So do like 10 cave missions and mine, and then by the end you'll be able to afford the ships you need. Basically, you're saving up for this. You're saving up for 1 day of renting this, which is 2,500, and then Cutlass Black is 42k to rent for 1 day. This is 2k to rent for 1 day, so you need about 45-50k. Once you do that, then you can start the next tier of mining. The thing is you have to make that money back in that first day or it's not worth it, but it's very doable. Once you get the rock, it's easy to make 15 to 20k per node easily. And then if you can't, I mean, worst case scenario, you have a Cutlass for some box missions. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If all you want to do in this game is mine, that's going to be your path to success. I'm going to be doing the same just to see how long it really takes, but I will be honest, once I get the rock, I'm not going to be sitting there doing that for hours and hours and hours to the next mining ship, because it's a prospector and it costs like $1 million, so you're basically gonna have to do like, I think it's more than 1 million. You're gonna have to do like 20 to 30 hours of rock mining to be able to afford it. It's worth it once you get it, but like once again, keep in mind this is only if you really like mining or you don't feel like getting into combat or you want just like a real chill path to getting rich. Yeah, so like, subscribe, drop me a follow on TikTok and Twitch. I'm going to be doing more content like this and just filling y'all in on a lot of the nuanced ways. I know a lot of people just want to push like the same metas, but there's a lot of ways to earn money in this game. They're just not all as efficient.